Welcome! Here we're going to look at how to configure your locally connected Brother printing or scanning device without a display. This is where we will need to use an application called Remote Setup. This is accessible through the Brother Utilities software. I will now show you where you can download this from, along with the required drivers for the specified model. If you already have the software and the correct drivers installed, you can go to part 5 by using the chapters in the description of this video. To start, open a web browser and go to support.brother.com. From here, select your region and country. I will select Europe because this is where I am based. And then I will select the United Kingdom. Now select the product search button. Then you'll need to search for your locally connected Brother product. You can do this by either searching for its model name or selecting it from the product category options listed. Once you have located your product, select the Downloads option. The website will try to identify your operating system. You have the option to change this if required. Please note the remote setup is only compatible with Windows. Then you would select your operating system version. Now select the OK button. Select the full driver and software package option at the top of the page, shown here. Then scroll to the bottom of the page. Select the Agree to EULA and Download option. Now the selected package will download to your computer. If this does not happen automatically, select the Please click here box at the top of the page. Now open the file. In most cases, this will be in your Downloads folder. Double click on the file. This will create a folder. Double click to open. Locate the file called Start and double click. This will start to install our software. Let's begin to install Brother Utilities. First, a quick overview. Here we will select our native language. This section is for a license agreement of the software. Next is the connection type of our product. This is the selection of your Brother product. Moving on to installing the software. This gives a choice to install additional software. Additional options, this is model dependent. Then finally, we complete the installation. So let's begin to install Brother Utilities. Here we select our country from the drop-down list. I will select the United Kingdom. Now we have selected our native language. We need to select Next. This is the license agreement. Select the Accept box at the bottom of the screen, then select Next. Connect the USB cable, then select Next. Select the standard recommended connection. This is pre-selected for you. Then select Next. If this screen appears, you need to check your connection as the software cannot see your device, as shown here. Please follow these instructions, then select the refresh button. Now we can see the software has recognised a device. Select Next. The software will now install. In this example, I won't install any additional software, so I will select Next. Select Finish. A pop-up box will appear on your screen. This is the final license agreement. Select the I agree box, then select OK. Open the program we just installed. Go to the search bar and type in Brother. When you see the program Brother Utilities, select Open. This will launch the Brother Utilities software. In the top left bar of the program you will see your Brother device. If you have multiple devices, select the device from the drop-down bar. Select the Tools option from the list on the left-hand side, shown here. Select Remote Setup icon. This opens the first page to start setting up our device. Please note some options may differ depending on the model you are setting up. I am setting up a single function scanner for reference. Let's start with General Setup. Sleep Time feature. Using the Sleep Time feature, you can choose when the device goes into sleep mode. This feature is model dependent. The sleep time can be set from 5 to 90 minutes. Next, we have Auto Power Off. Auto Power Off can also be set to the user's preference. This is model dependent. Here we can see we have times from 1 hour to 8 hours. The device will power down after 4 hours as standard unless changed here. Now let's look at the date and time. As we are setting up locally connected devices, we need to select the From PC Clock option. There are a few other options you can set up within this section. Next, we're looking at Allow Firmware Rollback. Here you have the ability to disable and enable firmware rollback by selecting the relevant options. Now let's look at the File Name tab. Within the file name, you have a few sections you can set up to the user's preference. Let's look at Style. Here you can set the style of how you'd like the file name to appear. Select the arrow to expand the drop-down box for further choices. As you can see, there are multiple options. Next, the date and time of the file. Select the arrow to see the options available from the drop-down menu. Various formats are available. Next is the counter. This can be set to your preference. Select the arrow to see the options from the drop-down menu. Also, there is an option to reset the counter, the initial value, and the minimum digit range you'd like. And the last section for the file name is how you'd like to name your files. Now let's look at Scan to USB. Within this section there are various options for the user to set, making scanning to USB personalised. There are more options further down the page, so please scroll down to see the full list of options available. And finally, let's look at the Machine Info tab. Within this section you will find your serial number, the version of firmware the device is currently using, the remaining life of the roll account. Please remember the options are model dependent. You have an option to have scheduled maintenance on or off. Select the arrow from the drop-down menu. And finally, if you'd like to reset your device. Once you have made the changes, you will need to save them. Select Apply at the bottom of the screen. A pop-up box will appear. Select OK to save your settings. Your Brother device is now ready to use. Thank you for watching.